What's up, y'all? Just seen me go from one stream to the next. So right now, I'm posting the link to the stream right on my Cool Nerves page. So if anybody do want to join me, they can join me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many people gonna be here. I know it's late, but chopped it over my guys on constructive outrage, and now I'm over here on my channel, and I wanted to talk about an issue today. An issue that I'm having with companies and different experiences that I had with different companies about NRDs. NRDs. Non refundable deposits. What do you guys think about them? I think they suck. I guess the companies are trying to protect themselves from cancellations, right? What's up, Your Vision? What's up, Chasing? I guess they trying to protect themselves from cancellations. But when you a big distributor, most of the time, they're gonna sell out of the item anyway. So I can see if you're dealing with somebody who's making customs, because all of the funding has to fund the entire project and they don't have a large backing. So maybe with a custom person, it's going to sting them more than it does a big company. However, companies that are large, like Sideshow Collectibles, Prime One Studios, and then you got you got other companies that resell, like Toys Wonderland, Spec Fiction Shop, Big Bad Toy Store, different places. But in particular, those NRDs are 10% for the most part. Now, with Prime One Studios, what I've noticed, if it's a pre-order, they don't like to give the NRD back for a pre-order, that first payment, that non-refundable deposit. If it's something that's in stock, it's a $50 fee if you cancel the order. With Sideshow, it's 10% no matter what. It could be in stock, it could be low stock, it can be pre-order. Same thing I think with Big Bad Toy Store. It's like that 10%, and they really don't want to give it back to you. I'm not a big fan of it. What do you guys think? I'm not a big fan of non-refundable deposits because I believe these companies. What's going on? Yeah. That late night, man. I think it's a sham. I think it's a money grab. And I don't think it's necessary, because most of these companies are going to make their money. They're going to make their money regardless, right? Eventually, the item is going to sell out. And I just think it's a money grab. And so with my experiences, I have been able to get some NRDs back. So I guess when you're a returning customer and you continuously shopping with one company, like Sideshow, for instance, I have had instances, many good instances, where I got my deposit back, right? And then they'll tell you this is a one-time thing and we won't do it again. If you have a compelling enough story, or if you made a mistake and ordered it twice or something like that, they're usually good about it. But a lot of times you don't get it back. The experience that I had with Prime One, let's just say the budget get tight, and at this time I don't want this piece, and I reach out to them. I have had it where they say, well, if you reorder this piece again, you will apply the NRD back to that item. That's what Prime One has done for me. What I've learned with Big Bad Toy Store, same thing. If you reorder the same item in the future, they'll be like, okay, we know you gave us this NRD on this item, and then they give it back to you in the future towards that same item. I believe that policy should apply to anything that you order, because why should you lose it? To me, the NRD, if they want to keep it, and I've had different experiences with spec where you get like a store credit, Toys Wonderland where you get a store credit. What's going on, Edwin? Your Vision, Atticus, Chasing. Appreciate y'all being here. I put out the link on my page if anybody wanted to join, but this was really a solo dolo thing. But if anybody wanted to join and chime in, I'm all for it. Go to the Cool Nerds page, and the link for this stream is right on there right now. If you want to chat it up, you know how I keep it mellow, baby. But I don't, and I see what you're saying right there. Your Vision, they asking for too much. I think NRD are asking for too much. 50 is okay, but 500, 600 is crazy. The LBS Hulk was 557 NRD. That is crazy, right? And why are we putting down so much of a deposit? I don't know, right? And what does that do for us as collectors? Should we stop pre-ordering and just wait? We have tried that. We have gone to war with the distributor, and we have tried to not pre-order. And Sasho in particular has a tactic where they go low stock on you, right? So you don't pre-order. And they hit us with the 15% off for first responders, military, and teachers. So a lot of times that in stock stuff, you get that percentage off. So me, I'm first responder, military guy. I'd rather wait, right? But with Hot Toys, they've been doing this thing where they go low stock, and then you're like, I missed out. And then they give it, then it causes a FOMO thing, right? And then you like, damn, I should have pre-ordered that, right? But back in the day, those coupons they used to send out for $25 worked towards pre-orders. Now they're not. What's going on, Art? Hey, if anybody want to join me, man, you know, just let me know. I put a link on a Cool Nerds page right on the wall. So, but so it's like if you don't pre-order it, you're gonna miss out on the item. So then you'll see an item start shipping, and then all of a sudden it's available again. So you like, man, you know what? Okay, it's a game being played here. What's going on, Keys? Appreciate you. So I just don't agree with the NRD. I don't think these companies are losing money when we cancel the order. And I believe that if I change my mind on something, I should be able to change my mind. Now, I get it. Okay. You want me to shop with you? Then my NRD should stay with your company. And I should be able to use that as some kind of store credit towards the next item. I think that's a great middle ground solution for this NRD situation, because I just don't think it's fair that you get to keep my money if I'm not getting the product. You're not shipping it to me today. And I've been on the cancel binge, and I'm telling you, Prime One, I canceled probably about 6 orders. With Sideshow Collectibles, I've canceled about 10. I'm trying to have 0 pre-orders, 0 orders, and I'm trying to start saving more money because collecting is expensive. And I really don't appreciate when you keep my NRD. I think it's unfair. I think it's very rude. Unless you keep it as store credit, and some places do keep it store credit. Non-refundable deposit, and we go in knowing it, so it's like a contract. You know what I'm saying? It's a contract, and it's a dirty little contract because you want the item. You want the item, and you're gonna do what you got to do to buy it. But then if you wait it out, and they play the tactics with the low stock, then you get the FOMO. Then say, man, you know what? Somebody got it in hand. You see somebody do a review of it, and you like, oh, that don't look as good as I thought. I think I want to cancel this, and now I'm losing my money because if my reasoning for not wanting the item is because in hand it doesn't look the same as the proto, why am I losing my NRD for an item that didn't produce the value, the quality that you said it was going to? Because that's a lot of times that I'm going to cancel something if I don't think it looked as well, right? And to me, that's a fair reason for one to cancel your order. And even when you're going through a financial, if you're telling them I'm going through financial hardship, so you're gonna keep my money, knowing that I just told you that I'm going through a financial hardship. So that lets you know that the company really don't care about you as a human being, right? I'm going through a financial hardship right now. I need to cancel all of my orders. I need refunds. I got some things going on, right? Somebody's sick in the family. I'm behind on some bills, or whatever the reason may be. We're human beings and we go through things. And I don't think that they're losing that much money here and there when people have to cancel. And if okay, well, we can't give you, you're going to get the refund, but the NRD has to stay with us and you can use it in the future. Then I'll be like, you know what? I think that's a fair middle ground, because I understand their companies, their businesses, and they got to make money. But NRDs just seem so unfair to me, man. I think they're hoping you cancel so they can pocket the NRD. I agree. Use it as store credit. It's the middle ground. From one service member to another, much love. Salute, man. Soldier, right here. Salute. I just, it's nuts, man. I will say that I've gotten back my NRD for every sideshow item I've canceled, which is about 4 or 5. Never canceled anywhere else though. Okay. I canceled 2 things at Sideshow today. That's what prompted me to do this What's Up Wednesday, episode 1. What's up? I've been supposed to been doing What's Up Wednesdays. I just never got around to it. So when I get time, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do them. But that's what's up though, man. You know, NRDs. It's not right. Critical Mass is joining me, man. Oh man, Crippler joining me, man.
What's up, kid? We just keeping it rolling, bro.
Yeah, so we've been talking about NRDs, man, and I just think they're unfair. I think it's a money grab, but I do think a middle ground for the companies is to keep the NRD as store credit so you can buy another item. I spoke about Prime One. They have allowed me, like the Penguin. I reordered that. I lost my NRD on it, so they're gonna apply that to the one that I reordered. I canceled the Batman versus Superman diorama. They told me the same thing. They said, look, if you order in the future, we got you. The only one I didn't cancel with them was the Jungle Hunter Predator, because it was waitlisted. So I'm like, I got to keep that one. Because then I won't ever be able to get it. That's going to be a grail that you won't be able to find hardly, right? But I'm slow paying. And what I do like about Prime One, they kind of allow almost unlimited pushbacks. Sideshow only let you do 2. And when you got a bunch of pre-orders at the same time, you know, the budget get tight. And then sometimes you got to cancel the order. You like, man, you know what? I just can't afford this in my budget right now. And so to get punished, if you buy $1,000 piece or a $1,500 piece, that's $150. You gonna just keep it? Who getting it? Who getting the money?
Yeah.
So, you know, what you think, Crippler, man, about it? Have you ever had to cancel something and didn't get your NRD back?
Hot Toys, there was some no, like Nebula had pre-order. Usually when I cancel it, it's because it didn't come out in the time frame they said it was gonna come out.
Boom. So they give you it back automatically.
Yeah. So I was able to just automatically, which was nice. So I never had a problem with Sideshow. And usually they just sort of like, nope, all you do is be like, hey man, this got pushed back like 4 times. It's every time it gets to the day, then 2 more months is at it. Every time it gets to and this was during COVID time, but they were just always really, Sideshow just was always really good about, all right, no, here you go. And then there will be sometimes, shout out to Art, sometimes there'll be sometimes where I'm just like, oh man, you know what? I don't really want this piece anymore because of whatever the situation was.
What if it sucks?
Oh, I've returned Nebula for full, like only had to pay like the shipping back. Like I got
so why
Nebula.
You have to pay the shipping though. If it sucks.
Yeah. Well, no, because the thing is, it didn't suck. Like, so what happened was I got Nebula in, and then when I placed it, you know how you have your display is set up and it's beautiful. You got it how you like it, but you like, oh, I really want this Nebula, and I could try to put it in there. And then when I put it in there, it became cluttered and it became too much. And nothing against the Nebula hot toy, I think it was great. But when I took it out, it looked more clean, more elegant. And so I was like, you know what? If I'm going to take it out of there and don't have a place for it, I'm going to see if they let me return it. And they said, sure. But at that point, I do think it's on me, right? Because a lot of the times, you know, us collectors, we're going to want anything and pre-order a bunch. And if every customer does that, and I'm not trying to speak from the corporation, but imagine everybody, most companies get these NRDs because they want to make sure that they are ordering enough, whether you're a store that's getting them in or, you know, there is the demand for it, like a real demand. And so when you pay that NRD, that's just say, these are people, this is the money we are guaranteed to get. Now, if you fatal on a one-off, you know, they probably a lot for a few people that they could do that for. But if everybody, like, and I'm going to be one to the real, half of these motherfuckers, y'all included, will just pre-order everything that's hyped that come out and get it. And then when that hype over, y'all canceling. You know what I mean? So it's like, imagine every studio that has to deal with multiply a bunch of us, because I've done it to companies too. Y'all, I buy something from Best Buy and be like, yo,
take it back.
This done. I got it. You know, I don't need it. And so just from the business side of it, it's not sustainable. I think that if they do be like, I do think that there should be a way where it's like, if it's on the company or the distributor who said that it's going to be out by this time, and it's not, that should be an automatic process.
Automatic. And
that should be like an automatic, like, no, I bought this because this is this is what the time frame that said was going to come out. Like an example for Critical Mass, right? And I'm not saying this is Spec Fiction's fault or anything. It happens with any distributor. Like, they say a piece is going to come out at a certain point. If it's been months after months after months after months after months,
yeah,
you should just be able to go to their site and be like, boom, it's didn't come out on the day y'all said it was gonna come out, and just get it back with no hassle. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's my take on it.
So I definitely what I was saying, I think the fair middle ground that don't hurt the company and don't hurt the customer. The fair middle ground to me is NRDs go to store credit.
Yeah.
That way they're not losing because you're gonna use the money.
Yeah.
That's what Spec Fishing did for me with the Maestro. Like I wasn't expecting to get my money back. That's why I was measuring every inch of this house to try and fit it. And it was like, just reach out. And so I just reached out to them, and he's like, we normally don't do this, but we're going to do it for you in store credit. So that's when I decided to get the X-Men line, which was cool, because then it was like, I'm not trying to just leave you out. I
had this happen.
It's a win-win for everybody at that point.
I had this happen with me with Sideshow before, and I've had them refund NRDs before as well, where I reordered something that, you know, that I previously ordered and lost the NRD. I hit them up and I said, hey, can you apply that NRD that's floating around in the atmosphere to this order? I reordered it, right? And they said our system doesn't allow us to do that. I'd had an argument with Chase Bank before about fees, right? We submitted it for reversal and the system wouldn't allow. I don't want to hear nothing about a system.
That's a way for them to be like, yo, we can't do anything.
It's out our hands, buddy. Sorry.
You're telling me that AI has taken over the world when you blame it on the system. I don't want to hear anything about a system. You are a human being. Your heart is beating in your chest. Blood is flowing through your body. You have emotion, and you should have some kind of compassion, empathy for a person. And especially in these times, everybody going through a struggle, man. The whole world struggling together as one whole. I just bought a new car, right? The interest rate is 7.8 with a 700 credit score. Houses are 7%. Everything is crazy right now. So then you're gonna burn me on a NRD or a fee, and I just think it's crazy, and it's not good customer service overall. So at least If I'm still rocking with you, let me
Yeah.
keep the money as store credit.
They're not going to do that, Fatal,
I know
because
they not.
number one, they would lose. They losing out on business like that by
If
doing
it's
that.
store credit, they not losing
Yes,
because
they
you're
are,
gonna use the
because
money again.
no, because it's
No, because
inventory that's still sitting.
But
You have
they always sell out though, bro.
you can't no that's not
Sideshow.
true. Why
no,
is Wolverine still
Yeah, that's
available?
because they made a
Hold on,
mistake and
is
made
Wolverine?
6,000 of them.
No. But
he said,
is
hold on.
Wolverine still available? Yes or no?
Correct, because they made
Is
6,000 of them.
Is Rogue still available? Yes or no?
Rogue came back.
Is Rogue still available? Yes or no?
Yeah, the regular
Okay,
version is
then.
still available.
You gotta understand something. If
Casual.
you have a store, okay, you have to get to for business, not for I'm gonna look.
I don't.
I'm
Yeah,
look out
here
for
we go with
Fatal.
that business stuff.
But for business, yeah, because you have to. For
It's a
business, you have to,
business.
it's a business. You have to get rid of that inventory, and that's why when nobody was buying up from Sideshow,
We got art.
All right.
they was coming. They was
What's up?
coming. They was
What up?
coming with. They was coming with sales and this and that. Even with the lifestyle stuff.
What was the
lifestyle-
NRD? They casual asking what was the NRD?
None of your goddamn business. How about that, Cash? Nah, the NRD, seriously, the NRD for that, what I believe was either $750 or $800.
Mhm.
Yes.
NRD.
Now, when I got the Boba Fett, because they know that they want, because Sideshow, in my opinion, right now, that's why they cut making doing the lifestyles, and they're like, you know what, we order too many, or is they moving too slow. Plus, if we giving out free shipping, we're losing out. To send that from California to all the way to New York, that's a lot of money for freight. So now, but then to sell it, they had to give this special deals. You actually lose it now. Yeah, of course. Did they charge? Did they pay for that price for them to have that? No. They probably paid, no lie, they probably had to pay $3,000 for this damn thing, and they still profited more money. But they want to move it. You got to remember. You got people that have jobs. That's their job there at Sideshow and all these other companies. So now, how do they pay the bills?
How much you thinking they paying when they mass produce a piece of like Rogue or Wolverine? How much you think they actually paying these painters in these shops, in these I'm gonna say chop shops, just like gym shoe places where people getting like $1.50 an hour? How much you think they paying these painters?
I don't even think it's about that though.
No, but I understand what he's saying. He's basically trying to say that how much, what are they paying them, because what's the profit margin that they are?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, no, they ain't paying them
with.
shit. No.
So he's trying to figure out how are they struggling. But you got to remember,
and that's what I'm saying. The middle ground would be, yeah, okay, you don't want to give me my money back because you're losing it. But you're not losing money if it's a store credit and I use it towards another product.
It ain't the distributor that they worried about losing money. It's the person they bought the piece from. Like anytime you get an NRD, they buying it from a J&D, XM.
Yeah, but most of the time, Sideshow it's their own product that they make.
No, but they still gotta.
They still order from Hot Toys. They still order from.
And that's their way. That's
Prime.
their way. It's like I think you been said back in the days. You was like, yo, and I'm sure a lot of us felt that way when we was buying from the Sideshow. Look at all the stuff I bought from the Sideshow. You can't show me no love on one piece.
And everybody bought a bunch of stuff from like
Exactly.
that's like
Guess
everybody
what?
bought a bunch of stuff.
The majority of my collection is Sideshow.
Yeah.
And guess
But that's
what?
the thing. If everybody who buys
let you
stuff
be on the wait list for something to convert, you say, "Well, hold on, Sideshow. Can you wait till next week till I get paid?" No, you got to pay the date that we said you got to do it. But look at all the stuff the business I gave you. So what? So what?
But the thing is that they think it's a personal thing. They think that I spent a lot of money, so has a lot of people. Like you're not unique in that sense that people spend a lot of money. But I do like I agree. The thing is, man, if there's a refund, and it's people like me, I'll abuse the system, like straight up. Like, yo, I think Best Buy Tech whatever was Total Tech. I think they changed their policies recently because people like me, because I get 2 TVs in, and then I'll be like, yo, I compare them, and then the one I don't like, I'm like, yo, come back, so they because I'm paying for their service, so I'm like, come back, pick up the TV I don't like, and bring it back to the store. I don't even have to do anything, right? Because that's part of the service I'm paying for. It's just like, hey, you could buy things if you don't like it. You got this huge window to return it. And then they tell you, like, oh, just buy both of them if you can do it. If you can buy both of them, and sure. As soon as I did that, like, and I'm not saying it's because of me, but I know a lot of people was doing that. There was people buying these TVs, reviewing them for their YouTube content, and then just sending it back. Yeah. And so, like, if it's with collectibles, you can't do that. If there's a nick on your thing, if there's anything, they got to repaint it. They got to there's just too much involved with it. The cleanest situation is like, if we can do this and the distributor or the person you buying it from feel like, hey, I can do this without really losing too much, they'll do it. But I think if they just do that for everyone, they'll have to change the name of it because you can't even do it.
I put a poll out there. Are NRDs fair? Yes or no? And I got a couple more polls I'm gonna put out there.
Yeah, it's great. But for the most part,
no, it's not fair.
No, nobody's gonna say it's fair.
Oh no, some people will. You know,
29% said it's fair.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, I would love it for them to be like, you know what? I just think that if we're being real, a lot of us are indecisive and will be like, yo, I changed my mind. Like, Rashid is a good example. Like, I'm pretty sure he would love to get his NRD back for that.
I just went through my list, my sideshow list.
How many cancellations you got?
23.
Cancellations, sideshow.
But you know what?
And I only got one converted because I have got the Iron Man, the Ironmonger, but it was an exclusive. And then a little while later, Iron Studios came out with their Civil War Iron Man, and I like that better because I had to swap out Robert Downey Jr. sculpt.
Yeah.
So I called them up. I said, hey, is there any way can I cancel this your sideshow and get the Iron Studios? I just want to go ahead and swap that over. So they did it for me because I was buying something else.
I think it'll be less cancellations if they allow more than 2 pushbacks at sideshow.
So you think it's sort of like a three strike rule or something? Like
they let you push the payment back
all the time.
Yeah, they let you push the payment back twice.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Gotcha. And I think you should get a couple more times than that. Prime 1 to me seems like it's almost unlimited. You can just redo because the new system they got. So Prime 1, like I said, they've been flexible. They was like, if you reorder this, we're gonna reapply your NRD.
I will say that if that's the case, like whoever has the best NRD policy, I'll probably buy from them. Like, cause then you can probably take a chance on something and know. Like that's what I mean. I buy my games on Steam because you got a 2-hour window. If it's buggy or if it's broken, if you don't like it.
I think this is a time though, seriously, that you really think about, do you want a piece now? And that's what I try to go by. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I could honestly say right now I got 2 pieces off of. It's not hype because I did want the piece at the time, but then like I said, I wouldn't have never ordered the Batwing if I known NYC was coming out with a Slave 1. I would have never did that. So it's like now there's just a time, and the reason why they definitely not want to give you NRD because of the economy. You know what I'm saying? They got rid of their own their team. What's the team they had? Crippler, what's that team?
Oh, the one that Anthony was talking about?
The sideshow team that they had got rid of.
Oh, their marketing.
Their marketing team. They got rid of it. So
their PR.
I mean,
their social.
Right, they got certain employees that they're not gonna get rid of it. So certain people, but they still gotta pay them. So
everybody getting rid of people.
They trimming the fat.
Wrong people. Look, ESPN they got rid of all the real former players who really know sports, and they kept Malika Andrews. And it's
Yeah,
like,
but that's because I think that's definitely a money thing. It's like we need to save money and we can't afford to pay these guys to be, or whatever.
Art
Hey.
statue collector.
yeah,
What are
Art,
your
what's your
thoughts?
experience with it? Like,
He got money. He don't
you
have
ever
no
cancel
experience.
anything?
He don't cancel.
No,
You don't got
no.
some shit?
I've never canceled a piece in my life,
Uh-huh.
but here in Thailand, when you buy from this distributor, you don't get your NRD back. If you cancel it, you lose that definitely. So what
Right.
people is trying to do is they're trying to sell it to other collectors
Right.
with
Yeah.
just for the NRD and then just switch the name.
Mhm.
You know,
Right.
Yeah, that's a hustle. You gotta get somebody who
Yeah.
want to buy. You know,
yeah.
Hey,
So we
Fado.
don't have
Okay.
the
because me and
we can't
Rashid
cancel
tried it. I
Yeah.
tried to take over his bat wing, and I
Yeah.
sent an email, his
Uh-huh.
order number, and I said, "Can you transfer it to me?" And they said they won't do that.
They don't have it.
Yeah, well, that's stupid, right?
I think
mean,
you
it's a
know,
sale, it's a sale.
Yeah.
I think because if you was able, of course we can't, but I think if we was able to email the guy and you was to say, can you just take my 500 added to my,
Yeah,
then-
because we both had it ordered,
right.
Mhm.
and I
But
wanted to do it like that, but they
I believe that he was in the beginning giving back NRDs because he had said it when it kept flip flopping off of waitlisting and going back. But I think he said, you know what, I can't keep doing this because I'm losing out. So now we having these things made, and you backed out, and I'm giving. So now I'm stuck with these. So now these 3 bat wings I got to cover for. So now Fado puts in one, Rashid puts in one. I ain't letting them go now.
Yeah.
You gonna lose your NRD. So at least this money covers whether V tells them stop production or something like that. You know
and
what
that
I'm
was
saying?
250 on that NRD.
No,
If
their
this was
NRD
your
was
business-
500.
If you had a business, Fatal, how would you handle NRDs?
How I will handle
For
it?
you, like, let's say you got 100 pre-orders or something, and you needed that money to make sure you could go into production with whatever you're making, whatever type of statues you're making, and you're dependent on that money, and then 50 people, and you need at least 80% of that, right?
Mhm.
And then 50 people just decide to cancel and want their NRD back.
Well, you talking about a small company, I will be right.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
No, it's any company.
if you
'cause
need
it
at
just
least
scales up.
80% of that,
Okay,
you shouldn't be
Yeah.
doing
So
that shit.
that's
in
why I
the
said
first
the
You're
middle-
gonna quickly start saying no more
middle-
NRDs.
but the
right?
middle ground is the NRD stays with the company, but it's store credit, and then you can apply it to something else. We didn't lose the money per se out of the company's pockets because it's physical cash, but then we know we keeping you as a customer. You're gonna come back. You're gonna use that money to put towards another item.
Not for
Well,
it won't work for a small company. I can
Yeah.
tell you that.
Well, I understand what Fado's saying, but
But we talking about big companies. You know what I'm
It
saying?
only hurts-
I even in the beginning of the video, I said I know it's rougher on people who may be independent or like custom guys because they depend on the money right then and there to make the piece.
Mhm,
Sideshow already mass producing pieces before they even put them out there,
Yeah.
man.
mhm.
yeah, but
Honestly, I
it
think
was-
like the big
Yeah,
company
yeah.
like Sideshow, they don't even
Mhm.
have to, have the NRD if they don't want to. They can just
Yeah.
produce everything and then push it out,
Yeah.
and people will buy it anyways. So
Mhm. They got enough reach and enough people to probably move stuff, unless they go crazy and do ESs of
so
like
the
a
other
billion.
thing, this happened before and it worked for me. Like Prime One, they say if you reorder the same thing, that money that you put on the NRD, we'll give that back to you towards that item, that same item. That's how that's how they've been handling it.
Mhm.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
It's a compromise. It's a middle ground. It's looking out for the customer as much as possible. And if with them over at Prime One, if it's not a pre-order, you only lose $50.
Mhm.
And that don't sting as much. You know, a $2,000 piece, $200 sting more than 50. You know,
Yeah. I'm with you though. Like I feel like any delays though is just I want my money back. You weren't able to get this in the time no matter what happened. I made plans. This was part of my vision. This is delayed multiple times. Done. Like I just
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
I want money back at that point. I don't even want store credit. Like if the thing, and Sideshow's been really good with that for me. Like and there was a lot of days, especially during COVID, it was like, yo, this thing's supposed to came out. This thing's supposed to came out. I just call them. They wouldn't even ask me questions. It's like, there you go. Yep, it's been pushed back.
I
And
feel
here's
you,
a coupon for your troubles. If you hit your discount code.
I feel you, Crippler, because like I said, that Black Widow Queen Studios, it should have shipped in December.
Yeah.
It was paid off in December, but I'm being patient because I really want it. But I know if I wanted to, like if I really got fed up, I'm quite sure I could just email Todd and say, hey man, this thing is about to be 7 months late. No, 8 months late.
Yeah, but
It's about 8 months late. I want my money back. And I'm sure I would get it.
I'm positive that he will work something out with you at that point, because that ain't.
I'm sure I would get it, but
at all.
I really like to, so I'm being patient.
I put another question in there with 3 options in the poll. So
In the poll,
store credit, money back, or they just keep your NRD. So they give you your money back, they give you store credit, or they keep your NRD. What's the best option?
For just not wanting it anymore, or for like them delaying it, or for
Well, we already know
NRD
when they delay it, when it's delayed, they automatically give you your NRD back.
I agree 100% with Dwayne Davis's last comment. Like I think that's the heart of it and the core of it, and people just don't really want to hear that. It's like,
that too,
y'all shouldn't be
so hard,
pre-ordering so much shit that y'all not sure about. Y'all won't get in this situations.
Y'all swayed Dwayne Davis. I go pull his first comment.
Addiction is real.
Now we do need
no,
to be responsible.
No, Art is 100% right. It's just sort of like, and like I'm just like this.
This is not a responsible hobby though.
No,
from the get-go.
That doesn't make it.
Like we bought like
that doesn't mean that shit catered
what
to.
What does this even mean? What does this mean? What is this? Why?
You tell me. You the one spending all your money on it. I don't have it.
Exactly. Hey, I see some Transformers behind you. So,
but I didn't.
None of it means
pre-order
anything.
any of them. I just bought them. So I didn't need no NRD. I didn't do no payments. I just said, I want that. I want that. I want that.
Make it $50 fine or something like that.
You gotta do. I feel like you do gotta be responsible, and like at the end of the day, I'm responsible. I got too many I have. When I add it up, I think 7 pre-orders. That's too much for and I think this is the last run for me, man, because it's just the storage unit costs money, running out of space. You can't sell this shit. Even this is good shit, but nobody wants to buy. Everybody wants $1,000 statue.
I'm glad we having this discussion because I forgot to get my NRD applied to my Penguin. I got an email Prime One because they put it in email. They said they was gonna do that for me.
Yeah, so it's just like I just want to get rid of these pre-orders and call it a wrap, man. I just hoping that they don't make nothing that I want. So far, I'm not really caring about what XM is doing right now.
That's a shame, though, ain't it, Rasheed? Will you be hoping they don't make nothing you want?
like I said, I didn't think that NYC was going to make that Slave 1. Yeah, because he showed all the teasers that he gonna do for months, and he never.
I want people to
1.
keep making some dope ass shit. I don't have to buy it all though. I would love to see
that's hard, dude. That's hard. Man. When it's a character you like, it's really done well.
Yeah.
Like right now,
y'all like too much shit.
But dude, everybody on this panel, I think almost all of us. I don't know if Art like it or not, but that Killer Croc, Samurai Killer Croc.
I don't have to have it,
dude.
I love it.
That's the coldest piece that they showed.
It's so cold.
I don't need it.
It's so cold, and you know what?
It's so
bad. I don't need it.
Might be the best samurai piece that they've made.
I agree with you.
Nah,
and I don't need it.
It ain't knocking out Shogun. That's not.
I like it better than every single piece, but that's just me.
Shogun on the horse is dope.
The Shogun on the horse is amazing.
Hey, we love what we love.
But no, I respect it. I mean, that's your opinion. But as for me, I'm done with the show of the samurai line, period. So
and that's
whatever come out, I'm like, okay, cool. Because like you said, it is a hot thing. But just
I
like
could tell you some hot pieces that I looked at, and I'm like, I don't need that. When that scroll, the SM scroll,
I love that piece.
that looked dope. But I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? I didn't even like scroll when I grew up. Even when it was on the cartoon.
But
I'm
that's
like,
what you need to ask it. That's exactly that is perfect. Like
yeah.
there's
So
a
I'm
lot
not
of the
getting it.
times we'd be like, that's just a
Dude,
hot looking piece.
I looked at that
They get
Alita
it.
bus, and I'm like, oh, this looks so good. And I'm like,
Didn't
I didn't even watch the
and
movie.
you told me you ain't even watched the
You
movie.
didn't watch the movie.
Why would I buy it? So
Exactly.
I have to
Well-
ask myself those hard questions like that. Why would I buy something and I'm not even into the whole world of it? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's like, okay, when somebody come over my house, they can be like, I think I seen that from somewhere. It looked really cool. What is that? And I'm like, oh, that's a leader. Man, what was from? A movie? Was it good? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't see it. How much was that? $3,000. You bought a $3,000 bus of a female AI character that you don't even know about.
No,
they
I
ain't
think
gonna look at it like they ain't gonna say that. I'm telling you.
My wife will.
Well,
I bought a piece that
If you
a
go
comic
into
book that I didn't care
detail-
about, but I still bought the piece because I like it.
if you go into detail and tell your wife, by the way, this is a character that I don't even know nothing about, but the bus looks nice, then yeah, of course she's gonna say, well, fool, why did you spend that type of money on a character? But like even with the War Tank, I am not a big Iron Man fan at all. I had the classic Iron Man, but when I saw the War Tank, I always told Crippler I love that more than the Hulk Buster.
yeah.
And
You
then
were
when
saying
I
that
saw
on shows way back
right,
in the day.
and I said that about the scroll also. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, like you said, you know, you gotta have some like the Batwing. I did like the bat. I do love the Batwing, but it's just too much, man.
And
And I
it's
think
a
that's
large
what it
piece.
is. And
But
I
you
think-
know what?
It's a
though,
large
see,
piece.
when you
Yeah.
get that
and I
in,
got no other place but to mount it on the wall. I have to.
but you
and
know what's
shit.
crazy about that piece though, I don't
What?
think nobody else making it.
Nah,
No,
not
they
that
can't.
size.
They
Not to
can't.
that detail, not
Which
that
piece?
It's
caliber.
original.
The
Yeah.
the Batwing.
I don't think nobody else making
Yeah,
that. I don't think Hot Toys
they-
gonna touch it.
Nah.
No.
Hot
And
Toys,
not to that level of
yeah,
expertise.
they're not making that shit.
No,
man.
so when we get those, we're gonna have a piece that's pretty rare, and it's gonna be dope. So
Yeah.
it ain't gonna be a big regret because immediately, I guess when the market turned a little bit, a lot of our pieces will start looking a little different. I don't know if companies gonna keep pushing out
Like
these
I can tell
items,
you,
man.
I can already tell you that I don't think, and I'm gonna look at it and review it, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep my Poison Ivy from Sideshow. I don't know that one that was 200. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that one.
No, I wonder if you get.
Well, you can
NRD
flip
back
that
on
one, Rasheed.
Yeah,
I might do that or use it as a trade, but
I'm gonna end this poll.
That'd be a good trade because
Sideshow messed me up, critical, coming out with that other new damn
Nobody
yeah,
said.
nobody saw
Look.
that coming.
Hey, nobody said out of 16 votes, 0% said they should keep your NRD. 18% said you should get your money back, and 81% said store credit. So I do think store credit is a happy middle ground where the company don't really get hit as
That's
hard,
true. That's
and
true.
then you don't get hit as hard.
No, that's true.
Yeah,
I think that's the fairest
So like
way.
the store credit, they're not losing, but I guess when they, like you said, like I feel like if it was PCS with their low edition sizes, they're not losing. If you say, you know what, I don't want the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, can I just have store credit? Cool. Our size is as low as it is, so it's gonna help us. But
Love it, yeah.
with a Sideshow, when you have 5,000 Wolverines and they're trying to get rid of 5,000 Wolverines, and you keep it, you won't keep that Wolverine. You want
That's
you
the
to take
thing.
that
At that
shit,
point,
get
it ain't
out
even a
here.
non-refundable deposit anymore, right?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just a, hey, what do you call it?
Yeah.
Credit. Back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
that's
think
great
I think store
consumer-
credit is a happy middle ground and everybody walk
Yeah.
away feeling good about the situation. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
NRD scared a mess out of me personally. That's probably like, cause I know I can be indecisive, so I try not to pre-order because it's easy. Like I could just do it and just boom, boom, boom. How long it took me to pre-order the Galvatron? Art's video. We're sitting there, Galvatron, and he did the art video, and I'm like, yeah, no, that one's definitely coming home.
yeah.
And since I knew it, and I
But do
usually
you think
don't.
it's a slowdown? Do you think it's a slowdown of them presenting things to sell right now?
I think
What you
there's a
think
lot of
about
good things coming out. It's just that when
I don't see no wild stuff that came out so far. Nothing wild.
like there's that Near Automata piece, the Last of Us piece, that like stuff for me personally that if I had the room I would pull the trigger on.
Right.
But since I don't have the room for it, I can still appreciate it and be like, this is dope. See, I'm not the type of person to be like, no, I don't like it because I don't want to buy it. I still celebrate
That's a
that
good
stuff
question.
that comes out.
That's a
Faded
good
color.
question, man. He
What?
said if your friends come over, like they come over your house, they be like, how much did they cost? Do you tell them because you embarrassed you spent that amount of money on it?
No, I don't tell
Nah.
them the price.
You know what? When you tell somebody that you spent that money, majority of the time,
We'll think you're crazy.
no, not just that.
So it's just like,
They won't even. I have people say, okay, I'm not even walking by that because
yeah.
you break it, you know you pay, you taking it, that's it, and then you got to pay me.
I
Yeah.
had people be like, "Oh, that's amazing, that's dope," and then you tell them the price is like, it ain't. Like,
Because
Yeah.
check this out.
Actually, a couple of months ago, my best friend came over. He was looking at my stuff,
Mhm.
and he was looking at, and he right away he knew it
I want
cost
to
a
get
pretty
this.
penny.
Oh, I would love to have
So-
something like that.
He
I
said
really
he
don't
would never
discuss it.
spend that kind of money on this stuff, but he spends money on expensive jewelry and all kind of other things that I wouldn't spend money on. So he didn't judge me. He didn't judge me.
But just imagine
I don't
you got
discuss it.
people come over with their kids, but first thing you say is, "Yo,
No kid.
I paid $4,000 for that bus." So now they know.
I don't
Show
let
your
people kids
kids.
come in my basement. I'll be like,
No
nah.
kids in the man
Matter
cave.
of fact, you know what? But I have very mature daughters. They don't like hanging out with kids that like to run around and jump and play. They be like,
No, but
let's
your
sit.
wife
watch
could
it."
bring some. You know what I'm saying? Your wife could have friends that have kids. You know, you always have that one friend that just had a kid,
And they not coming in my basement.
and the parents just let them go, and they sit down, even though this little more effort is running around the house, about to break some shit, and you know they ain't gonna pay for it.
No, you ain't coming in my basement.
Mm-mm.
But I don't really tell
The
people
door
what I
is
paid for an item. But I've had friends come over. They be like, man, you sitting on at least $500,000. I'll be like, I ain't saying all that. But they assume because they look at it, they be like, these are works of art. Like people who don't collect, they be like, man, this stuff is crazy, man. Like I ain't never thought they could make nothing like this. What do they use? Man, this is crazy, man. How did they get that to look like that? What kind of product they using to make this? Man, it's crazy, man. This dude, you could pay off your crib with this. So,
It
but I
gets
never
see, that's
really
the
tell nobody.
conversations I don't like to have with people, right? So it's
Yeah.
sort of like my aunt, my sister comes over, her kids come over. I treat it like if they want to see it, because I know like probably her husband's transforming friends or whatever. I treat it like okay, let's go. This is the room. You see it, and they go right out, and I close this door because everything else is out there.
Well, let me ask you.
And they just be like, "Oh, that's nice. That's beautiful. Oh, I would love to get that." Now
The tour is
that'll
over.
say, "Yeah, the tour is over." Now the people that be like, "Oh, I would love to get me a piece like that," I send them to like Iron Studio, Sideshow, like to get something like. Okay, I was like, these cost a little more, but where you can start is here, and then see if they're interested in something that costs a few $100s versus more towards the $1,000.
And they more than likely they gonna be like, man, this little piece, this thing costs $150, man. They crazy.
Yo, they think I'm crazy. They thought I was crazy
Man,
when I was buying hot
$150
toys.
for that.
Yeah, but
Hot toys for
Yeah,
$200, $250. They thought I was crazy.
I thought that
dude-
Wonder Woman was like $150.
Especially those Iron
$150
Studios
for
110
that?
Fatal.
They'll be thinking that Wonder Woman bus right here. I'm like, that's an entire half a human being. And you think it's supposed to cost 150? Some people are just ridiculously off the spectrum. Some people think it costs way more than it do, and some people think it costs way less.
Yeah, but do y'all ever feel like selling and quitting the hobby? Period. Have you ever had thoughts of that?
Not yet.
Well,
I thought about-
selling is very
I've had
different.
that. I've had
I
that.
thought about stop buying, but never sell.
Oh,
I would
okay.
never think about selling, but
Nah,
definitely.
you don't have to sell everything. But
Selling is difficult,
about
man. It's
90%, 85% of selling oil.
But I love all my stuff.
Man, look,
can't
I put
sell
out
it.
there about 10%, and I couldn't get one bite at regular prices, man, at cost.
The stuff
So,
that I have
right
But I
displayed
love
right
it.
now,
I don't want to sell it.
Yeah, the stuff I had
Look-
displayed
Look
right
how
now
beautiful
in my
it is.
room, you have to pry it
shake
from my
somebody's
cold
hand.
dead hands, dude. This is not going anywhere. Now, if there's stuff that's not
That's
displayed or in the closet, in the box, if somebody says they looking for it, I'll be like, I have one.
Man,
Right?
that's an easy one because you don't have to pack it up.
Yeah, no, like oh,
I have
or
one.
if it's like if it's something that I'm not actively displaying, let it go to somebody that's gonna be able to display it. But
You ever
anything I
had
got
somebody
up and
approach you about a
displayed
piece
right
that you didn't have for sale and say, "Hey man, I give you this for that."
No.
Yo, I have,
You did.
I have. Oh yeah,
You
I
did that to
did.
me.
I did that to Critical and I got it too.
No, I did it with Walton. Walton was like, "I'll
Every-
trade you the Apocalypse for Batman," and we did a trade.
Me and Cash just did a trade.
I think you and Sick did one too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
bro.
especially in your situation of mine, like I said, I was going to collect the line, but then I put the brakes on it. But since you already had the line, it made more sense for me to go ahead and sell it to you so you can complete it instead of me just having these. I got these two oddball pieces that don't really go with anything. I still got the mystique.
Yeah, man. It just, back on the NRDs. Another thing is if say Sideshow does like a Kadeem Hardison unboxing, and he does an excellent unboxing, and then even Kadeem, like, well, I know he wouldn't do it because they probably don't even if they filmed him unboxing and he didn't like a piece, they're gonna trash that video. But if you see it in another hand of another collector, and the collector's like, this looks nothing like the prototype, and we can go to the Christopher Reeve Superman that they did. It was pretty much a horrible statue, right? And then people get that in hand and you got one final payment on it, and you reach out to Sideshow and be like, hey man, this don't look nothing like what y'all said. And they're like, well, you want to cancel it? Yeah, I do. Well, we're gonna have to keep your NRD. Like, oh man, hold on, wait a minute. The piece don't look like y'all said it was gonna look. I don't feel like I should have to pay the NRD. Now, in a court of law, if you promise me an item, you give me pictures or something, and you say this is the product, and then you take that to court, you'll win every time, because they'll be like, the judge will look at the product, be like, hold on, this is what you promised? This don't look nothing like that.
Bro, it also said that the final product may not look like the prototype.
Yeah, they got.
That's
It may vary, but it didn't say it was gonna come out looking like
They got loopholes for
like
all this
trash.
shit.
Somebody
They
else.
just
or in Rashid's word, garbage.
like it looked like it was his brother, like with Down syndrome or something.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
like
saying? What happened
like
to
he's
him?
been up for 12 days straight.
Yeah, what happened to this?
On
What
a
happened to this
bender.
Christopher Reeve? This is not Christopher Reeve. And why does he have a neck seam and his head is not
Yeah,
even
you got that
detachable?
next thing. What the hell is that?
But his head is not detachable. So why does he have a neck seam and his head doesn't even come off?
That's
to
terrible.
simulate the toy experience.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
One time I
terrible.
told him how much.
Yeah,
And he
your
looked at
vice,
me
your vision.
like I was
Everybody
stupid.
got their vice. Like that's the
We
thing.
all
like,
got vices.
some people with statues, some people it's just all over the place.
Yeah, so I've had some good trades, I believe, though, when it comes to that, because I'm getting the Batman Who Laughs from Sideshow, the exclusive, and Cash is getting the brand new Batgirl, the exclusive one when she's jumping like this with the cape, but the black
Yeah.
version, and it was only 150 of those. So I think we breaking even on that. I'm not losing anything because I got the other one. So I'll do a trade with somebody I trust in the community.
Yeah.
But NRDs, I have purchased before a piece from somebody else who didn't want to lose their NRD with a custom company, and I got it in. I got that Jessica Rabbit in. So they didn't, because they was like, man,
need a Jessica Rabbit. I'm just kidding. I'm going back to your question.
it's the
I'm
one
like-
that's fully clothed. It's fully clothed. But no, I like
no
that
naked
movie. Though.
statues in Fatal's place.
I like that movie a lot.
The
man.
naked women's over
Who
here.
Framed Roger Rabbit was a real good movie back in. I love that movie and the video game.
Oh my!
And I was hoping that they made a Roger Rabbit to go with the piece as a little proximity piece. It would have been dope. So
Yo, are you streaming your first playthrough of Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 5?
I haven't got it yet, man. It's supposed to be coming in next week.
No. Are you streaming it when you get it?
I got it coming in. I ordered
I want to see
special edition.
Art fumbling his first time playing the game.
We should. I'll stream and do it. I'll play it.
Oh man.
Did
I
you
never
get
played the
special
game
edition?
online.
Did you get the
man.
special edition with the statue?
No.
No,
Yeah,
he
no,
did.
he
He got
did
the console, the
Yes,
Spider-Man
The
console
Spider-Man console.
with the
Yeah.
controller.
That's nice. It looks good.
I didn't even know why I got it because I know I'll be
You're not
playing
gonna
for
play
like 8 hours and that's it.
You can beat it.
You lose
almost
interest, you
You
move
almost
on.
need this battle
Yeah,
panel
yeah.
for him now.
Critical. Remind me to send you some videos of some things that I think you would appreciate in the game that I'm playing right now in Baldur's Gate.
Okay.
You'll like it. It gets a little freaky in that game.
What?
Huh.
What game
Okay.
is this?
Baldur's Gate.
You know me well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
This demon came up to me. You wouldn't like this, Fatal, because it's demonic. She was like, I could give you all your ecstasy, all in one. Boom,
See?
boom, boom.
Here y'all go.
I'm gonna stop right there.
Here y'all
You know,
go.
there's the line. I seen it. I stopped right before
Right.
it.
Hey,
There's the
Taylor
line.
said-
I walked up
Taylor
to
said,
it.
you keep that on your side of the street.
Yeah.
Don't bring
like,
that
you-
on my side of the
My
street.
bad. I seen the line and I probably almost stepped
Oh,
on
my
it. but I was
God.
like, let me-
Criminal.
Yeah,
Go back
yeah.
on the other side of the alley.
Yeah, let me go back.
We was
over
on the
here.
wrong side of the alley.
Yeah, I almost crossed that street. My bad.
Exiled. No, but
It's
no,
gonna exile.
I was interested, and into what y'all thought about the whole thing. And I'm glad we brought it up because I got a email Prime One right now to get that $150 added towards my Penguin.
Do it.
Because I was on the fence about it, and then I see it in hand, and you know what? I think it came out pretty well.
Yo, I meant to talk to you guys about that Star Trek, that Captain Kirk piece. That's starting to hit the wild.
I don't think it looked that great.
I thought I was
think it
crazy
looks
because
like him.
I love Jeff Delaney and I don't want to pee on his excitement because he's very enthusiastic. He really liked the piece, so like 100% enjoy it. But he was like very hype on it, and then I looked at it and I was like,
That's the one you got, Art?
yeah, that's the one he got.
Yeah, it's still available, I think.
Yeah, I'm on
I already got
Best
two
Buy
PS5
right
in
now.
my house, man. I ain't
Why-
buying
why-
that.
$5.99.
There you go.
I got two
I hope that-
PS5s in my house.
Both of those games are really good, so I have high expectations.
$5.99.
Yeah, my daughter got one upstairs.
Should
and
I
got
do
one
it?
in the basement.
Should I do it? Enable?
Yeah, hell yeah, do it.
Hold on.
Hey,
Enable,
hey,
enable,
hey,
influencer,
is this
influence,
a-
power,
It's my-
active.
This ain't no pre-order.
Influence,
is it? 'Cause you gonna
influence.
do
It's like
your
crack.
NID. Go ahead.
Do it.
Did you get it?
No.
Yo,
No.
I
I barely.
mass.
Hey, I'm like Art. I barely play the PS5 I got now, so I'm gonna buy a second
Picture
one.
this critical mass.
All
Me and
of
you
us.
wake up on the ship,
Talk me
right?
into it. Talk me
Hey,
into
man,
it. Chris.
all
you-
of us don't play video games as much as we used to.
Nah.
Except for me. Like right after
Yeah.
I
Talk
get
me-
off this
talk-
call,
talk-
I'm
Your
hopping on
job
the
is
video.
that though, so you kind of got to
You
do it.
live your dream.
I do.
Yeah,
I
man.
do.
I mean, most of us go to work, do jobs just because we want to get paid, and I like
Sure.
having a roof over our head. You do what you love.
Any four
beautiful.
people from this panel, I would love to play this certain game with you guys because it'll be hilarious. And I know Rashid will love it and get into it. I know everybody would once they get into it because the scenarios are just so crazy. And but like, imagine four of us making these decisions that impact everyone, and you can romance different characters if you want. You can be like, it's pretty crazy. So
What's the name of the game again?
Baldur's Gate 2. Look it up and then look at some of the scenes. It's a little raunchy. You could create your character. I'm talking about from the head to the toe, everything. You get, close your ears, Faye.
Fail.
You get the choices of for JJ's. You can pick your own penis.
Gender bender.
Damn.
Oh man,
You customize yourself from head to toe, my brother.
Damn.
what kind of video?
So I can be 3-legged Asian?
You could be a yo.
What?
You know that. You know every time you go pee, you be like, "Damn, I wish I was black." You could do that in this game, Art.
Oh
Lord
shit.
help 'em.
And then you go around, and then you can see a girl, and you can mac on her. And you could be like, yeah, she'd be like, you know what? I don't know if I'm into you, but you could get to know her a little more. And
On
then
Best Buy, you can get the controller right now. Yeah, but
You
they
get the
just had
controller,
PS5 controllers $25 off.
the reason I don't like that PlayStation is because, like, just like Deflex said, is like you should just be able to. All it is face plates, and the face plates are removable.
Yeah.
So they just need to sell those. So they should just sell those, especially since
Fact.
they haven't really sold anything but the solid colors. I think they should
Factual information. Like
Yeah.
I already got 2. I've already have the heat sink 4 terabyte the drives that you open it up and put in there. So I'm not doing nothing else, bro.
Exactly, Deflex one. Oh, they are doing that? Because the last time I checked their site, they didn't have it on there. Because I remember when I was going through it with Art, I was like, I'm like Fado. I got 2 PlayStations, so I don't really need another one.
It's good looking out your vision.
That's what's up. I appreciate that. I'm gonna go buy it right now. But yeah, no, Fado. I do like this discussion about the NRDs. I do think it's something that they should figure out a more elegant solution to keep the community happy, but also it's got to be in a place where it's like they're not going to keep eating our indecisions, like the for us, like to, because I tell you, I guarantee you, if we had the freedom to cancel NRDs, everybody will pre-order everything worse than we do now. Everybody will
because you
pre-order
cancel anytime.
anything that's announced. Everybody on YouTube, like, I pre-ordered this, I pre-ordered this, I pre-ordered this, I pre-ordered this. 3 months later, I canceled this, I canceled this, I canceled this, I canceled this. And everybody, and you know that's what
That would
happened.
be
Like,
me.
if I'm real, I'm probably gonna be right there with y'all kids. Oh, I can do this without any friction. Yeah, just in case, let me pre-order everything. I'm just gonna do it. So it's that balance. I'm not saying I got all of the solutions for it, because I know I could be part of the problem there. So it's like, for me, it's just more of like, what do you do? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Did Rashid go to sleep?
Hey.
At least he does it off camera.
Hold on, man. Buck wasn't really asleep.
Oh,
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't?
No, you ain't gonna never let me believe that.
you
Buck-
think so?
Nah, he
You
wasn't.
think he was faking?
He Buck got good acting in him, man.
He's a really good performer.
What this happened? This man like disappeared and came back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm be unboxing that Ahsoka probably on Monday.
I'm gonna watch part 2 of that Ahsoka too. I gotta watch that. Cornbread deficiency is real. Atticus, I started like, you had that shit up super quick, bro. you had that meme up the instant it happened. I was laughing so hard.
65 for the controller. It didn't go on sale for
Wait, it's
65
65
off.
for the controller, or is it 65 for the face
The
plates,
controller.
the side plates?
Well, I know the controller about that too. The side plate should be like 45.
The thing is, the way I would love that, but the way I have my PlayStation, I would barely get to see it because I look forward at it. And the side of it is just. Really
Do you
flat.
like PlayStation better or Xbox?
Who, me personally? I don't. I got them both. I like the games. I like the PlayStation exclusive games much better than the Xbox exclusive games at this point. But I'm not. That's only for the games. Like, where I play at is where I'm gonna always play a game where I have the best experience possible. I don't care what the name on the box is. So I mostly play on my PC, and then when the game is not available on PC, I play it on wherever it's available. And most of the time, that's PlayStation. And because the thing is with Xbox, it's a great system. The problem with Xbox is anything I could get on an Xbox is available on PC. So I'm just always gonna play on my PC. My PC is hooked up to my TV, this right there. So like, I just can plug in a controller for games that are third person.
I
And then
always
I
like the
play mouse and
Xbox
keyboard here.
controller a bit better than PlayStation's. Now the PlayStation new controller is better,
Yeah, the DualSense.
but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
always like the way the Xbox controller felt in my hand compared to especially the older PlayStation controller. They felt small and they made my hand sweat a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And
overall, I like the Xbox
knowing you
controller
crippler,
for the DualSense.
No, you cripple. I'm sure your computer. outperforms any PlayStation or any Xbox.
4090 baby flex. You can't get a better graphic card than what I got right now. It ain't possible. But yeah, so but that's the thing. If my computer wasn't up to like, the thing is, anything that comes out on the consoles, I'm gonna be able to play it with way higher frame rates, all of the stuff turned on. So I'm gonna do that there because that's gonna give me the best experience. But if my graphic card wasn't up to it, then the PlayStation or the Xbox I'll be playing on that. Like, it ain't like I want. It's just wherever it's gonna give me the best experience at the time. Let me do it.
Yeah, well, for me, like, to me, games like Madden, I like them better on Xbox. I just like the way the gameplay feel with that.
This is for
particular
Atticus.
control.
He asked me if I had this
But I like
controller.
both. That's the
Yes,
case.
I do. I have the Edge. Yep. This is for the PlayStation Edge controller. And then I have my, I love red. So when I rock on the PC, or I got the Red Elite Xbox controller when I rock. I don't discriminate. I like my PlayStation babies, my Xbox babies.
Yeah, me too. I like both.
All over the place.
Wherever the game is, that's where I'm at.
Ain't no fanboys up in here.
No. Now, it's okay to have a preference like you have with the controller, or like PlayStation's been killing it with like this. I can't play Spider-Man on Xbox. Just can't. You know what I mean? So it's like you're gonna always have a preference. If your game is on a certain, or if your homies that you play with the majority of the time are on a certain, you're gonna play where your friends are, and you're gonna play where the games are. Those boxes are so close in power that anybody says this is better, it's all dependent on the developer who is optimizing the game, because you could do anything on one of those consoles that you could do on the other. They're pretty much the same hardware with some minor tweaks behind the hood. So
personal preference.
It's all it is right now is just pretty much it's just the operating system that they got running that stuff. And of course, like if you like the DualSense controller with the new haptics, feels pretty good. I won't play multiplayer games with that shit, but it does feel good with single player games. But if you got a 4K TV or like an OLED monitor, like ultra wide, and you have a PC with like 30 series or 40 series and above on that shit, it's hard to go back to any of that stuff. But it ain't like impossible. Games are enjoying where you could enjoy them at. I'm trying to get Jesse Hernandez to upgrade his PC because we was playing Diablo. Me and my boy EJ was playing Diablo 4 with him. And we was having fun just playing with people in the community. And then when we moved over to Baldur's Gate, what was cool about Diablo is you could play people on the PC. People on the PC could play with people on the consoles. So it was just great. But then Baldur's Gate is only available on PC right now. There he is. He says, my graphic card is a NVIDIA GeForce potato, son. We got to get you upgraded because we was having so much fun playing with him. It was like, yo, Jesse would love this game. Jesse will have me dying in this game. But he's just like, no, I got a potato. But it's coming out on PlayStation 5 in September 6th, the game we're playing currently. So. That's what's up, Atticus. Facts. I'd much rather, because the thing is, Starfield's coming out September, right? Early September. It's Microsoft's big game that they got coming. But I'm going to play it on PC because it's available on PC. Whereas a lot of the times with Sony PlayStation, Spider-Man's coming out later this year. You only playing that on PlayStation for at least a year, too, before it comes to PC. Yeah.
I just sent my email out. My bad. Before I forget. Man, y'all be up late. Man, I didn't think we could really stream this late, but it's like 30 people.
You asked me to join you when you went on at like 6 o'clock in the morning, my time. Like, bro, man.
This is early. This is early for Art.
What time is it for you now,
Art?
It's 11:45 a.m.
So. Oh, that's perfect for you.
Yeah.
It's 9:45 for me right now in LA.
Wow, that's early. Man.
Yeah.
That's early.
I got the
I see it right here.
OLED monitor. What's that? Right? Yeah,
it's
Baldur's Gate. Now look up
wow,
romances in
I'll
there.
stay for about another 15.
Romances?
Baldur's Gate romances. Yeah. If you're not playing. Yo, Starfield's
Bonus.
only 30 FPS. I hear exactly. Like for people who play like what, and I don't want to like just start like specking things out, but like when you're used to 240, 120 frames per second, and you go to 30 when it's on console, it's rough. So like Starfield, I'm getting that thing on PC so I can play it at high frame
And
rates,
then you
but,
can
like,
play
yeah.
with a Xbox controller.
Yeah, exactly. Like this red one right here is for my PC, and I got another Xbox One for my Xbox.
Now, do you have
but
any
this one is
Apple
fit for
products?
PC. I have almost everything I have is Apple when it comes to like my iPad, like my devices like iPad, iPhones, Apple earbuds, Apple TVs,
So, but for
and I got a
gaming,
laptop.
Apple is
but,
really not the go-to though.
but not for
No.
gaming. I will never play a game. Apple
And that's crazy, man.
Serious.
That nobody goes to them for gaming. You know,
I don't think they were made for gaming.
I know.
They're productivity machines, and it's good for that. So like,
Yeah.
and even then though, it's like everything is so cloud based that it doesn't even matter. Like you're gonna use Google Sheets, like all of that stuff is all in the cloud now. So as long as you have a good internet connection and storage and speed, you're not gonna really worry about the computer. It's only when you're doing 3D rendering, video games, using an editor to like when you're designing levels and stuff like that. It's when you need that power.
Power.
Yeah, I don't
Or
even
even
Unlimited
editing
power.
video clips.
editing.
Oh yeah.
video
No.
stuff. It's good
I don't know.
with
I
Apple.
use the DaVinci Resolve for like I'm slowly getting into editing because I want to add some stuff to like the channel. So I've been trying to learn DaVinci Resolve a bit. Yo,
Pretty easy.
EJ, you still up? Are we continuing our campaign tonight, or are you going to bed? Let me know. I'll leave right now. That's what I'm playing. That's what I have a co-op
He's like, I'll
campaign
leave these
with
fools right
EJ
now.
right now.
A bunch of nerds,
Yeah.
grown men.
It's a nerd nation.
Everybody 40 and up in this piece.
Yeah. I'm over here. I got.
Get your nerd on.
I don't want to spoil the game because EJ's listening, and I'm kind of farther than him. But yo, good gaming TV, dude. You can either go with like the any LG will have the ports you need, the G Sync you need, all of that good stuff, and it's OLED. And Samsung makes a decent one too.
Hey,
I knew you were going to bed, dude. 'cause
since
it's
we
like,
shifted the conversation, right?
I
and-
am D-Flex one.
That what's the best
Mm-hmm.
screen projector for gaming?
There is no
Projector.
good projector
Yeah.
for gaming. Like
Because I heard the
absolutely.
laser.
You got lag. It's
the
too much
input,
lag.
the input lag on a projector is, if you want to do some casual stuff, you can get used to it because your brain will eventually get used to the delay so that you won't feel it much anymore. But the moment you try to play Call of Duty or something competitive, a fast-paced game, you'll think you
Yeah.
suck. You think you're getting old. You'll be like, no. And then the screens are so big in competitive scenes that you want something a screen where you could fit your whole field of view in. Because the moment you have to look over here, oh, they shooting over there. You looking?
I made you look.
You
Yeah.
did.
Because it's the
You
thing.
they're over there. Pop.
I got an 82.
You
You
look,
gotta
you
turn
did.
your head to look because the
I got an
screen's so
82
big.
inch LED. Is that too big for gaming? You think?
For me personally, yes. If you do competitive stuff, like I said, like it all depends on like
You play at a
That's
desk.
a
You like
specific
playing at a
set for me.
desk.
I do
You like-
both. If it's a mouse and keyboard, I play at the desk, of course, because then I can see everything. But even
But
the
do you
TV,
think that you're more competitive if you're sitting at a desk?
yes,
with a game
absolutely,
is
because I got my feet planted, my arms straight, and I got the mouse and keyboard, and I got these flick motions. And I'm like,
He's in his fighting. He's in his
I
fighting
always
stance
think the
when he's
guys
at his
that got the
desk.
whole gaming set up with the desk, because
Mm-hmm.
I've seen guys have their PlayStation, their PC, and
Yeah.
their Xbox mounted under the desk.
yeah, no,
They
you
got
can
the
do some
under desk
amazing things with a computer desk.
But you
I
don't
love,
have any
like-
friends at that point. Not in real life. They're all online.
Oh yeah, no.
Your
Ah,
gaming
shit.
system is your friend.
That's what everything right now, dude. I walk by the lot where my girls, they got a gaming lounge where my two daughters have their PCs, and I see a row of like Zoom calls or Hangouts or whatever the kids are using,
Yeah.
and they're just all playing there. One's a little younger, so they're like Robloxing it out, like playing Roblox, and then like with like a bunch of people like us right here, they doing it at that age, playing their little
Yeah.
video game. And then the same with my older
got
daughter
an
who's
82.
playing like
That Spider-Man
Overwatch and
do look
Valorant
good.
and stuff like that.
Spider-Man look good on that 82.
Because that's a
No, it's
65
not
that you got,
about
right,
looks.
Crippler?
Yeah, 65 to me is the sweet spot, and it all depends. Like, because if you go in 4K, if you're not sitting relatively close, like it's a certain amount of feet you need to be to resolve the full 4K. If your screen is there and your chair is way back there, you might as well not get a 4K. You're not going to resolve it. Nobody's eyeballs is going to resolve that resolution. So it's like I'm at like the edge of where I could resolve all of the resolution from a 4K screen, with the measurements. Like it gets a little like you can, how anal we are about statues and our displays, and like you could get like that with tech, and I'm way more like that with my.
Do you like to have that ambient light glowing behind it when you're playing?
Dude, I got it to where it reacts, but you can do it to the light. So like when it's black, the room gets black. Then a lightsaber, like say a lightsaber lights up. I was watching Ahsoka, the lightsaber lit up. Then just the side where the lightsaber.
Is that with a Govee? Do you got a
go?
Govee or you got a
It's the Hue Sync box, so I use the Hue Sync box. And then
Govee got one too.
Who has one?
Govee have one that.
Govee, yeah, I heard they're pretty good too. It's just that I'm already in the Hue ecosystem, so it just makes it easier.
Yeah.
I use my Magic case as my bias light.
There you go. I love ambient light. I like the way it gives it a vibe. Like, and everybody's vibe's different. I know people be like, "Yo, your room is too red." You know what I mean? And then you got people that is too like. For me, like the reason I don't go with white furniture, just to tie it back to statue collect a little bit. The reason why I won't go with white, and I know a lot of people really like white, and look at how beautiful arts collection is because when I'm playing or watching a movie,
right?
I black out. I don't want to see anything, but you know what I mean? You can't black out a room when your furniture is white because it actually, you still see the furniture and stuff like that. So like, that's why a lot of people in movie theaters, they go with dark carpet, they go with dark walls and stuff like that, because all you want to see, you want to get lost in the movie. And I'm like that with games. It's just like when I go off and the lights go off, everything blacks out except when the TV reacts. And then it makes for some games like any like even playing like when I was playing Diablo and when I was playing stuff like that, you spell lightning strikes and then your wall like purple or blue just and then goes away. It's like, wow.
Do you?
It's gimmicky as heck, but I love it.
So when you buying a TV, do you look at the room, measure the room, and how many feet you're away from the TV?
Absolutely, that's the first thing I do. That determines. Yeah, don't buy the biggest screen you can find. Buy the biggest screen you can resolve the resolution. I can send you so many like calculators on how to calculate your view distance from your TV.
I'm gonna change the title on this YouTube video when I get off of here. So when people are looking for,
statues.
I'm gonna put NRDs. No, I'm gonna put NRDs, and then we delve into gaming and PCs and movies.
Hey Sam, you're so geeky. Do you ever watch? Are you familiar with Leo Laporte?
This could be a whole.
Yeah, he's old school. He's an old school, tech guy. Yep, Leo.
Yeah,
he used to do a lot of reviews and
Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
But this is pop culture, though. I mean, this actually, if you think about it, gaming and the cartoons we grew up on and the comic books is what inspired the statues in the first place. Without all of that, we wouldn't have these statues. We wouldn't have Mortal Kombat pieces and Street Fighter pieces and Witcher pieces and all of this stuff, man. The Ghost of Tsushima. What is it?
Tsushima, yeah.
Tsushima. That's one of the dopest statues I ever seen.
Yeah.
And that's inspired directly from a video game. The Resident Evil statues are dope.
Oh man.
So, you know.
Yeah, I would love to get into, like, if I had the, it was really tough for me. Like I said, if it wasn't for the consistency of a lot of the pieces I love, gaming is 1/3 and 1/4. And so it's like, for me, it was just sort of like, for my OCD, I just was like, I want to keep the scales pretty similar, and just the gaming stuff is all over the place. So like, oh man, look at the Doom guy, 1/3. Oh, now look at the Last of Us, 1/4. Oh, look at the Ghost of Tsushima. It's just so all over the place with the scale that it was hard for me to finalize a vision for gaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they have some beautiful ones, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful statues.
Yeah. I
Beautiful.
when I have the time, I like the game. It's fun. One of the funnest games for me, like to play alone. I love playing the basketball games and the football games. I like to do the seasons.
Yeah.
Same.
And I
2K?
love the Arkham series.
Y'all want to
man.
see me in 2K? Who want to see me in 2K?
Hey, I play.
All
Yeah,
right.
It's
I
all
play too.
good. Xbox,
We'll
PlayStation,
stream it.
whatever, man. Hey,
Content.
put 2 tears in the bucket. It ain't nothing but a thing. I'll put a pod in your head.
Ooh, he on fire, ladies and gentlemen.
But I love playing that Arkham series, bro.
Arkham is one of the greatest superhero series ever put to digital, man. It's
Dude,
amazing.
It's ridiculous, man. And,
I remember playing the first one, Arkham
first
Asylum, and going through Asylum and just like, just the way they willed Joker in there and Kevin Conroy's voice and like,
yeah.
I'm literally in Arkham right now. I remember going through the sewers, like Killer Croc down there, like what the hell's going? One of
I don't even know, man. It's just a masterpiece.
But that's the thing, like that to me, comics were already dead. Batman got sparked up again for me for Arkham, and those Prime One pieces,
Oh man,
nailed that thing, dude.
When Chris sold those, and that's when I was kind of watching him. I was crushed, and I'm like, I don't even know this dude. Why would he sell those? And he got them back.
Yeah, no, I think, and the thing is, their designs were unique. Rocksteady art team came up with that. That wasn't nothing to do with these.
No.
They had to get it approved, and it to the point where comics started adapting and bringing their designs into the comics. That's how influential that game was, because it was like, the Joker, like Mark Hamill's Joker is freaking crazy in that thing, and Kevin Conroy, all of them, and they
arguably the best Batman and Joker ever, and they're just voices.
Yeah, I tell you, like that series means a lot to me, and it's where I rediscovered my love of Batman. I'm not a fan of a lot of the Batman movies personally. I like my Batman brutish and big and scary and
like
and
Ben
so
Affleck.
That's why I like Affleck, because he reminds me the most of a.
And Kevin Conroy said that he thought Affleck. We talked about that.
That which is cool.
But too bad we won't see him in a solo movie that's real dark, because I remember the scene.
That really sad.
He beat them dudes up in that little tunnel looking area, and he branded Buddy with. Remember when
I like when he was in the warehouse and he came out of the floor.
That's the thing. Like when he punched through and yoked them through the floor and then put the gadgets. That, like, think about your moments in Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, any of those games, Arkham Knight. The most fun is when you survey the area like Batman. You're like, all right, how am I get in here? I'm like, okay, these fools got weapons here. All right, I'm gonna use some mines on this wall here. And then you execute, and you be like, boom, boom, boom. They try to shoot their weapons, they jammed. You get rid of the drones with your other tech. You come in like.
Dang, man. Sorry to hear that, Atticus. Man, that sucks.
What happened?
His house burned down when he was a kid.
Oh no!
He had just got that Arkham.
So that's not necessarily the greatest memory of Arkham. I'm sorry about that, bro. That sucks.
Man. Hey, I was thinking about TVs because that 82 is so large, and I got short ceilings in my basement. It don't look terrible or nothing. It's good enough. I don't have friends that are 7 feet tall. As a matter of fact, but I saw one guy have his because he wanted to display his statues, and he didn't want to use that wall behind the TV
projector, right?
No, what he did, he had a TV mounted to the ceiling, and then it came down in front of the statues. I was like, oh, that's dope.
People get really creative with their things,
And now that can be heavy if you got an 82-inch, but like for a 65-inch, how thin they are, it works. And
especially the OLEDs.
Yeah, but it's the new projector that comes from the bottom up, and I see people have it right. You can have it right in front, and you won't see it because it's so thin. But like you said, projectors, even with the laser projectors now, you still get lag time on video games.
Yeah. And it's more input lag. So the moment you press the button to see the action and the input on the screen, it's milliseconds away, and that if somebody doesn't have that latency, and that's why OLEDs are so good, because it's damn near the best. Like you press that button and that action happens on the screen right away. Shout out to all of the people. There's a lot of people mentioning the LG, like the Gallery series, which is what this one is right
and
here.
that's
the G3.
crazy. Like I'm an iPhone guy. Me and my buddy, we go back and forth, iPhone or Samsung, right? But every TV in my house is Samsung. But I've been hearing a lot about LG lately, man.
Oh yeah, no. It's the thing. It's all right. The new Samsung, I think it was the 95C, I believe it is. I was comparing because there was a lot of content about this is the best TV and all of that stuff. And if it's better, that's the one I'm gonna get. Like I don't care like if it's LG or whatever, but I'm gonna see for myself. And I compared them, and the Samsung is a great TV. The only problem I have with it is in their operating system, and it takes long for you to switch inputs. Like this one switches input super quick. Like it will randomly go to another input. Like my eARC wouldn't work, which is what I use to get my audio channel through from the TV to the receiver. So anything I got plugged in the TV, it takes the audio and stream it there. I was having all of these issues with it that I don't have at all. When I have the LG, and this is probably more like because I'm doing stuff like using ARC and stuff to get my audio because of the Atmos stuff on the ceiling. But I was getting problems, and on top of that, if you put a Samsung next to an LG, it's gonna pop because they overcook their colors. And the moment you calibrate it, they look very similar. But Samsung doesn't do that. They push their colors up so much and make them extra punchy and vivid. And I dare anybody to go. They'd be like, this looks dope. And subjectively, it could look really good to you, but it ain't accurate. Because you go buy a shirt that looks like it's supposed to be like red based off that TV. Watch that color of that shirt when you get back. It ain't going to look like it looks when you buy it on that Samsung TV. And then when you reduce that color and make it accurate, it's like, oh no, it's normal. But a lot of people, it's just like volume. If you make it loud, people are going to be like, this one sounds better. If you put the colors and make them pop in a store, it's going to look better.
Yeah,
so like when I got them both in, and I recorded my whole process of like thinking through, because there's a lot of things in the Samsung I did like, but ultimately overall, the LG Gallery series is just way more accurate, smoother. It had Dolby Vision support, which is like,
you got a lot of different type of technology now. You got OLED, you got the regular
QD OLED,
QD,
that's a new one.
What's the best one?
Micro LED.
Micro is so expensive.
It's super expensive. You can't get that in a consumer market yet.
Yeah, we actually have one for sale for $200,000.
Yeah, exactly. Like in the consumer market.
What about that TV?
$100,000.
What about that TV? Was it LG coming out with that TV?
My house was $240,000.
Was it LG to come out with that TV?
I think everybody goes to see CES and they present a foldable TV. Like
foldable TV.
Yeah, like so everybody
the one that comes out of a thing like a projector, a regular TV like that. They were going to come out with. It seemed like it got shot down. It didn't happen, but I know it's a possibility.
Yeah,
I just don't understand how that's going. Like, I don't even know. That technology is crazy. Where are you putting all the technology in a screen that can bend up like that?
Because the screen right now, like, I don't know where they do. They're probably gonna have like a separate box. Like that's what Samsung does really well. Is they have something called the One Connect box.
It's one that rolls up though.
Yeah, like a little poster, right?
But all it is a little wire. There's always gonna be a wire unless you go wireless. If they go wireless, there's still gonna have to be something that you connect your devices. There's got to be HDMI, or what are you gonna do? So it's just
it's in a box. Yeah,
that box is gonna house everything, all of the inputs, and then whatever folds up. All it is a display. And OLED is super thin. Yeah. The only reason these TVs are a little thick is because it needs to house. It's the size it could possibly be to house the mechanics for the processing and the HDMI ports and all that good stuff.
And Samsung is the only company that has the
the
separate
Connect box.
housing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
right now.
So when I had the Samsung and I was testing that out, you had the One
I'm gonna
Connect
share the
box.
screen real quick. I'm gonna show you what I'm
Yep.
talking
Yep.
about.
You had the One Connect box, and then in that One Connect box, you know, you can just run that wire
Yeah.
through the wall or whatever. But there it is. Who makes that? I never heard of LTV.
Hold on, this ain't the one I want to show though.
The Vivid Storm Fluorizing Screen Bundle.
That's a projector.
Mm. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. I saw Leo Laporte was talking about that TV crippler, the one that Fatal's talking about.
The foldable one.
All right, now watch this.
Yeah.
All right, you see how it's an OLED? Watch this.
There it is. Yep. So everything is gonna be housed in that big old stand. That's
Yeah.
where all of the
Yeah, but look, the stand part is like here, right?
yeah.
So this looks like it's an open.
Right.
No. Where the speaker is, some tells me that
Yeah,
that's a speaker, and
That's
then
a
behind.
speaker and
yeah,
probably the housing as well. Like when
Yeah, that's all the electronics is in there. Those speakers are probably only this thin, and then behind that is gonna be all the electronics for that.
Now,
So you'll
when
be
I
able to
could
plug.
buy
everything.
now. They ain't even letting you like buy it.
Yeah. No.
And the way that screen is probably it's like a little thin roll when it goes down.
But this
right?
is open. You see that stand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, it's
So
the
it kinda rolls up.
It's two tier. Yeah, the bottom of it is the bottom
That's
of
just
it
the
is
cabinet.
open. Yeah, but that one where that black sort of grill is, that's
the
housing all
speaker.
of the technology. Yeah, it's housing the sound because you definitely don't have any speakers on that TV on that screen.
Right.
So where the sound gonna come from? It's that grill in the front, and then right there is gonna be the all of the HDMI ports, the processing.
How much is
and
this
all that
one?
good stuff.
They won't even give me the price, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I tell you now, bro, like whatever, if you get the 95C Samsung QD OLED, you're gonna enjoy gaming on it. It's gonna look beautiful.
Yeah, that's the one you told me to get, right?
No,
The one
if
when
you
you
was gonna
talk?
go with Samsung, it's either those are the
No,
top
not
two. For me.
Samsung, LG.
No, the LG Gallery one is for me. I like more accurate picture, and this is where it gets subjective. So like when it comes to like when I like more accurate pictures. I'm a film buff. I like the artist's intent to be shown on the screen, so that's why I chose. That's why I recommend the LG Gallery. If you have similar taste, if you're a gamer and you like your stuff to really like pop, but it won't be accurate, but that doesn't mean it doesn't look bad. It means that subjectively you might like that style, then the Samsung will be right up your alley. Sony makes a good one too, but the problem with Sony is they still only have two HDMI 2.1 ports. Yep. And like your Vision saying, they only got two, and one of them have to be used for ARC. So that means you could only plug in one 4K device. So that's just your PlayStation. Somebody like me who has my PC, my Xbox, and my PlayStation all plugged in, I need those three ports plus the ARC. So that's why I like the LGs for gaming, because I could plug all three of my
Sony is
devices.
so
up
expensive still.
and it's so expensive, and it's really close. Like all three of these TVs are very close. Sony was known for their processing when it comes to like content that is from a broadcast. They clean it up, or low bit content. Their processors are really good at cleaning it up and presenting it to you. But there's no advantage there when you're watching 4K Blu-rays, playing digital games. Like that processing it gets in the way. Like you have to cut it all off because it adds input lag. So it's like,
hey, I got the good questions, man.
There you go.
8K versus 4K.
Oh, 4K, easy. There's nothing running 8K.
There's no content for 8K.
Dude, there's 8. Go look at your PlayStation box. It says 8K on that shit. Show me one game that's rendered in 8K. None. Because they can't even run 4K at 30 frames per second. So they have to run it at 2K and up convert it. You know what I mean? Using all like
they ain't even
machine
caught up
learning
to the
pretty much.
technology of 4K. So I wonder why they jumped the gun so so much.
8K is a
It's hype.
marketing beat because they need something else for people who have 4K TVs.
What's next?
Yeah,
Hey, all right. So you know,
8K
what's
is
funny?
the biggest scam. I could run 8K, but why would I want to run it at 30 frames per second?
So
when I could
tell
run
you,
it at freaking
you know what's
crazy.
happened, right? And you
Yeah.
mentioned something earlier when you said that when you playing the game on a projector, your brain will start getting used to it at the frame rates that you're looking at it,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
I remember when Dark Knight came out, and when those TVs were doing like that 120 hertz refresh refrain, and it was looking like I was watching a soap opera.
Oh man, that's a soap opera effect. Yeah,
But guess what?
That's
That doesn't happen to me. I don't see it like that no more.
you're used to it. Your
Get used
brain,
to it.
And I want to see it like that because it's so cool. And I don't get that effect anymore when I watch that same movie,
you're
bro.
immune to it. Yeah, your brain could get used to anything, dude. Like I tell my boy Star Child, he got his PlayStation 5. He was like, I just want the prettiest looking stuff, right? And then the thing is, he kept saying, yo, oh my God, no, it looks so much better at performance. He's saying it looks better at performance, not it performs better. He was conceiving the motion that you get from 60 frames as better than 30 frames with more detail because it's a smoother experience. And he just didn't know how to convey it. It was like, how come it looks better? I'm like, because you're moving way smoother. It's not doing this. So when you go back and forth from 30 to 60, your brain will instantly be like, yo, I'm like going through mud. Like, how could I ever have played a game like this?
I do not have the soap opera effect anymore. And I've been trying to regain that feeling.
No. But I'm telling you right now, but then if you stay playing 30, you're like, this ain't bad. Because your brain is now used to it. And then you're just like, yo, this looks good for me.
Hey,
and
I remember I
like,
saw that scene,
like that.
the broken glass scene on, the opening scene on Dark Knight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my
Soap opera
God,
effect.
this looks
You
like
turned
a
that
soap
shit up to
opera. This
max.
look like
You
I
was
can
like-
touch it. Like, you just like this. And now I don't see that anymore. And I hate that I lost.
You sure you don't see it, or you just turned the setting off? Because every time I see that stuff, my wife is so sensitive to it. She's like, is you have that soap
Man,
opera
I'm
thing
pretty
on
sure
again?
I'm not seeing it anymore.
She hates that effect so much,
She
and like
do?
and for me, I don't use it because it's just I'm just such a films 24 frames per second. Unless it's 3D, then you could do 48 or 60. I'm not like pushing it like that, but for me, films
So
like
you
24.
prefer movie mode when you watch Crippler?
That's funny because
Yeah.
I saw a girl post a picture. She posted a video as a reel on like Instagram, and she said, I filmed this with a Sony camcorder with the tape, and it had this effect that just felt like the 80s, bro. Like,
Oh, man.
like, and I can hear the horn from Lethal Weapon playing, and it was like she was filming like an ocean, and it had that vibe of the 80s. You know, that 80s feel. It captured it because of the type of camera that she was using to film it.
Yeah, I think what's happening, I think right now everything is going so digital that you can be able to do that, shoot everything digitally and then make it have whatever effect you want. You want it to look 80s, you want it to look 24 frames, you want it to add film grain to it. You will be able to, you can do all of that stuff now already. But like Dwayne David says, AK content will be a norm in less than 5 years. It's always going to be like they already have them now. And I think there's something called DLSS, like deep learning super sampling. And all that's doing right now is like you can literally get up to 8K now by rendering it at a lower resolution and then having AI recreate it, the image. And that's what they do. Like NVIDIA cards have it. AMD has it with their FreeSync. Oh, not FreeSync.
Now, where I really see the difference
it's called something, but it's very similar technology. Yeah. So you could get up to 8K look. The problem is every time, like for right now, it costs so much in your performance that it ain't even worth it. Especially when the image resolution is not the biggest. If you show somebody something that's in 2K and 4K, you're gonna have to be going really close to show them the difference in that. I could tell the difference But like, there's people that would be like, oh, I can't tell the difference between 4K and 2K. And then if you go to 8K, it's pretty much what's the difference is stuff like HDR. Like that makes a huge difference
Amen to
in
that,
any
bro.
content. HDR, like the texture quality, animation, AI. I think that's what's going to make games look better. It's going to be when AI is smarter. The people you fight are more realistic. Their patterns, the way they move is more realistic. The textures is more realistic. 8K, like as far as like where we, and trust me, I love 4K. I am here for 8K. But if I'm being real, like that's not what people are going to notice for next generation. It's going to be a lot of the other stuff.
I can tell you why I notice it when I'm watching some YouTubers and then I watch art.
Yeah. No, because a lot of people are 480 and 720, so there's room. You could go 1080, you could go.
Ain't nobody doing
2K,
cinematic
you could go
statue
4K.
reviews. I'll be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
damn. I'm like, art out there with that equipment, man.
I got a
Hey,
TV
Hey,
studio.
you know what? The one thing that I'm jealous of from art, it ain't his collection. It's not his room, his setup. It's the fact that he don't have to have a camera in his hand.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
He got somebody following him. I'll
Yeah.
be like, man, I need me a cameraman, and I want my daughter to do it. And I'm like, man, if she does it, would she mess it up? Because some people don't know how to take pictures or video. Some people are terrible at it. They catch the
Yeah.
wrong angle.
You got to
I done
practice.
put on a little
But-
weight. You got to make me look
But
slim,
if
man.
your daughter is showing interest, she can
Oh,
get
yeah,
really.
absolutely.
She can get, if you give her those opportunities, she can get really good at it and might find a passion and a career just by learning. Let her make mistakes on your stuff. She'll get better. Like my daughters and them, like I'm not doing a lot of like pre-recorded content, but they're already like, I'm taking this in school and I got Adobe and I know this. It's like, if you want me to edit some videos for you and all of this stuff, I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna be like, hey, take a crack at it.
You ever watch these streams and where people started and how their cameras used to look? And most people, our cameras are getting better and better as we do these streams. Some people be in the, in the panel and they be that one grainy dude, like with my channel, it be Dante, what I'm saying?
You could just tell from like on Cool Nerds of like the camera quality just in the different boxes. But 100%, who asked? Deflex? I am 100% physical media. I for convenience, I do the codes. So anytime you buy a 4K Blu-ray, you get a code and it goes to like something called Movies Anywhere, and I have access to it on Vudu, on Apple, anywhere. So I do have access to them all. But if people coming over to the home theater, like this ain't even my home theater area, right? So like when they come over to the home theater, I'm putting a Blu-ray on. Because I remember what happened. I had a Blu-ray player, 4K Blu-ray player. We was watching Blade Runner, the new one. And then everybody was like, oh my God, this sounds really amazing. Like I had people from the work, the WaZZuP, sounds amazing. And then my Blu-ray player broke. One of the most embarrassing things, I was like, Blu-ray player broke. It wasn't and I thought it was the Blu-ray player that broke, but it was the disc because I bought the disc new, but it was scratched on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so like they wanted to finish the movie. So Apple TV put the code in and we finished it there. If we wouldn't have shown how the physical one sounded first, it would have been fine. But they heard it, they was like, it sounds nowhere near as good. And I'm not saying
why is that?
because bitrate and bandwidth, and it's compressed because it has to be
That's
streamed.
all.
I'm not gonna front, man.
That's all I buy is
Unless
Blu-ray.
it's a movie that I'm gonna collect, I don't buy the Blu-ray anymore.
And that's fine. I'm not saying you
And
have
I'm only
to.
getting still cases. I don't buy. I only buy collectible movies.
I'm at Best Buy or BestBuy.com every week buying.
Really?
Because
man, I ain't bought a physical Blu-ray. I mean, like I say, I get the still
John
case.
Wick.
there you go.
I got the still case for that.
Yeah. And that's the same. I'm not saying you have to, whatever, because a lot of people
Does it take up a lot of space, bro?
No, a lot of people watch movies on their phones, on their laptops,
I
or
make the
streaming.
space.
So stream it. You're not going to get any benefits. The benefits from 4K Blu-ray physical is when you could have the equipment to resolve the bandwidth. If you get in your and this ain't to shame anyone, but if you get in your sound from your TV speakers, watch it streaming. You're not gonna hear a difference. There's no way. Like you're not gonna hear a difference. If you got something that is remotely like good quality, and I'm not saying you have to break the bank to get it, or you got to go super. If you got a decent audio
5.1,
I guarantee you put that Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray in, and I'm not even talking about image quality. I'm talking specifically about sound. Or if you go back, people been streaming. They got their Tidal, their Spotify, whatever. That's what we do. It's the convenience thing. The moment you put a CD in for the first time, and it blew my wife's mind. Again, we're like, yo, how come this sound crazy? I went back and bought so many music because I've been just streaming my music, downloading music. I got my speakers in and I'm like, yo, streaming sounds dope. It sounds sick. I found one of my old CDs and I was just sort of like, oh, I can't get, I think it was Aaliyah or something because her catalog wasn't on streaming at the time. I don't know if that changed. So
age ain't nothing but a number.
We got the disc and just put it in and we was like, it took my system to the next level. And I went back, I eBay almost every song that CD
So
I didn't
where
have.
you storing all this? Cause
You hear that? Let me know.
so
I ended up putting everything on hard drive physically, on thumb
what
drive.
I did one day,
to capture it.
I got these leather cases, right?
Uh-huh.
And it took me probably about 24 hours.
Yeah.
Every movie that I ever had, the first thing I did was I took them and I put them in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
And then I took the sleeves out of every DVD.
Uh-huh.
And then I took those and folded to a point I can put it in and then put the movie in the case. And then I threw the plastic. I recycled all the plastic. That took me almost 24 hours, man.
No, it is the space thing is an issue, and I struggle with that too because I like I said, own a lot of statue space is being dedicated to a lot of 4K movies. But yeah, like Atmos is incredible, especially when it's done right. You could get some Atmos and all they do is just take it and convert it, just like lazy ass job. But when it's done right, like playing Call of Duty, like Modern Warfare, with Atmos, and then it's literally like I was sitting here playing, and then somebody was upstairs, like in one of the buildings, and then you just hear them stomping up over your head. I was like, oh, he's going to come down these stairs. Watch this. And I was talking to my daughter. As soon as he turned around that corner, and it's like cheating, dude. You track them in digital space wherever. The reason they laugh at me, but the reason I have speakers all up on my ceilings right now, because it gives you that height. So like if somebody goes in the building and go up, it'll be like this. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. I'm like, oh, they right over my head, yo.
Really?
It's like, yeah, you can
That's
look
cool.
up. And then
that is like cheap in a way.
Like doom, 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 doom.
But in real life, that will be the case. You will hear that.
Yeah. And so with movies is the same thing. So it's like when you're like enjoying a movie and then the ships go. Literally, I got this movie that I used to watch, and it feels like every time somebody comes over, I put it on, and then it's like I just watch their reaction because it's just like slowly a train coming through. And they was like, yo, you live by... It sounds like you live by a train yard right now because it just comes through and then it just starts... And then the subwoofer's going and it just moving.
Sound set up
crazy,
in your statue studio at all.
No, I don't need to.
No, the condo.
Good headphones work too. Really. Like you could get really good headphones and then enjoy really good sound too. So like...
You can get immersed in there, man. And with you
get lost.
You see what's coming out from Apple, those glasses they got coming out.
Yeah, like that VR thing.
Them look like they're gonna be out of control, man.
Soon you won't even be needing TVs and stuff, dude. It's just sort of
like the whole family get a pair of glasses.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest problem with VR, though. It's sort of like it's such a solo, isolated experience, and you're just connecting with. You can connect with more people. But
I don't really
those things
like
are $3,000. Nobody's buying. If you got a big family, you ain't buying.
But then you don't get the movie experience like with your family when you want to have movie night.
No, absolutely.
It's not intimate. It's not fun. You know, I think a lot of the technology is outstanding. All these TVs, this sound systems, but technology then got to the point where it's made us. And it's good for art all the way across the globe. We get to meet people all around, but it does take away from the play aspect. Like we used to play more physically when we were younger, like taking
For
GI
sure.
Joes and getting thread and making it a rope form off of a tree.
Go out in the
and
You
yard
do
making
and
stuff
stuff
like
out
play.
of
that too,
mud.
right? Exactly.
We're not
Go
doing
out
that
in the
no
yard
more.
and
Kids
play.
are not doing that like they used to. So that's
Oh yeah, that's
Nah.
what we used
that's
to
the
do.
caveat.
We used to leave. We get on our BMX bikes, and we'd be gone all day.
Yeah.
My mother she never knew where we was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We was out
dirt.
there
You
in the
come in the
street.
house dirty, and you done burned about 3,000-4,000 calories.
Yeah.
Man.
You know, so
Yo,
that's
it was
a lot
it
of
was
these kids are
physical.
chunky, but they got good hands when it comes
Yo,
to
they
these
hand-eye
games.
coordination. You ain't messing with them. Yo, that's what was it? Your vision said you can watch XXX movies and no one's gonna know, except when your stuff is out.
Yeah.
You gotta handle your business. You ain't even gonna be knowing they watching you. You can't see anything. You
Definitely
immersed.
gonna get caught. Hey, you definitely these young boys definitely gonna be getting caught by their mama more.
Boy, what you
Because you're
doing
gonna
in
be so
there?
immersed into
Yep.
the experience. Your mom gonna walk in. Boy, what the heck
You're
you
gonna
doing?
paint a picture for your parents that they ain't never gonna get out their
Yeah.
head.
Hey, it's a good thing I don't have kids.
There you go.
Sound funny. But
No,
man,
but I love this stuff. Like I said, a lot of people and a lot of people think it's super expensive, dude. Like it's there's
You
so
just
much
buy a little
diminishing-
bit at a
there's-
time.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much diminishing returns, dude. So once you get to a certain level, it's just sort of like you starting to refine your audiophile taste, and then you could just sort of navigate from there. But like you can like anything is better than like just normal speakers or whatever. And like you could go the headphone route, you could go the multiple speaker route. But I like it, and people who doing it in the chat, they know. And if not, like if once you try it or you go over to a friend's house with your favorite CD or your favorite music or favorite movie scene, and they put it in for you, it changed. I knew people that came over, and the next weekend we was building their shit. Like we was out, like building their stuff. Because once you experience your favorite stuff with like audio and video to match that stuff, it's for me, it's like everything.
yeah,
Especially
yeah.
if you use it all the time, then it's worth it, right? I mean, it's worth it
Yeah,
to spend money.
That's why like each one of my rooms have to be functional. Like the reason why this one became more of the game room is because then the theater room is more for the family, so we can all enjoy it. And this is more isolatory. This is more like surrounded with my statues.
This is your office.
Again, yeah, this is where I can just go and I'm gonna play, and I'm surrounded by the things that I love. But it has to be functional. Like I'm
I
not
like
doing
Clish.
the gallery thing. Like if I had the space, I would be like, yo, give me some hints, Art, the statue collector, because I want to do it.
That's my subwoofer.
My whole team,
Tato.
I'll be getting mad museum poses, art. Like if I had the space to do that, and I don't. So it's sort of like for me, it's like
And I talked about
how much
space and people
kid
buying.
shit that I can get in my
You know,
room to remind me of.
Some
like, the
people
stuff
buy
that I
houses,
love.
man. They
Yeah.
get new houses for their statues. You know, like,
Yeah, if they
and,
that's what
and
they want to
sometimes
do.
it's not the smart move. It's different.
I
like,
see a lot of people got into this hobby and then they realize they don't have enough space, so they have to move.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Just for
I'm
that.
not- I don't think that's a wise business. You know, like decision. It's just-
Yeah, it's not a good investment, but
It's, you know, just for your statues. Like if you have like space like you got where you rent out where you do wedding halls and stuff, and then you got a whole area, that's a different
Yeah.
thing because you have a business that plays into it.
that
But when
too,
you
that-
say, man, hey baby, I think we need a bigger house. For what? It's fine.
Hey
Nah,
baby,
but it ain't big enough for my statues.
hey baby, I'm buying more
Yeah.
statues because I'm gonna
need
make
more statue
another
space.
business, and I'm a
Yeah. And we have to
I'm
be
going to
careful.
get on YouTube and be famous, baby.
Yeah.
I'm going to be famous.
I'm
But,
gonna
uh,
make
That's
a
why,
restaurant.
yo, guys, that's why I'm not expanding either, because I rather have the wedding space to make money
Mm-hmm.
and just keep everything just the way it is for me, right?
Yeah, so
I
you got-
respect the shit out of you, Art,
and then you
because I
got
talk
that.
to you a lot.
Then you
And
got
you're-
your storage that's attached
Yeah.
to that, and you got your wedding space. So it all pays for itself,
Yeah.
and then it gives you profit. That's a different thing.
Yep.
And Fado, how many times people tell I was there and they go, yo, Art, you ain't getting this? Look at all of that space you got. The restraint you show is everything,
We
right?
talked about
Yeah.
this before,
The
too.
elegance of your space is because it's not cluttered, in my opinion. So it's sort of
Exactly.
like once it becomes cluttered, it's a place
Yeah.
to store all
Le-
your stuff, and it doesn't
Less
look
is
at.
more.
For me personally, everybody's wired differently. For me, like I told you, I had to get rid of that Nebula because she made it look cluttered, and it lost a lot of what I loved about that Hot Toy display for me. One piece can throw it off, right? So it's like when you can show the restraint
Like a
and
detox should
keep it
have probably
elegant,
2
yeah.
pieces.
Yeah, like 2,
Sometimes
and if you
people
try to
have
create
5
3,
in one.
or
Oh,
they
I've
just
seen that. Yeah.
or it's just as much you can fit in
And they
lined
be
up with no
blocking each
poses.
other.
And it's like this, and I'm like, that works for them. For me, dude, I was trying to be like, I'm creating this scene from the movie, or I'm doing this. Like, that's why I bought Hot Toys for, and everybody collects differently.
Oh boy, you see
They was like,
Justin.
oh, you're gonna pose that? I'm gonna
You ever
pose
watch
it until
Justin's
the
channel,
wheels
man?
fall off that
He
thing.
got so many Hot Toys. When you go in his room, you just be like, I'm gonna throw
I don't
up.
know what I'm looking at.
Too much.
Shout out to him. He got an
Yeah.
he amassed an amazing collection of Hot Toys.
Yeah,
All I see
it's hard.
is I can't focus on one character. All I see is a sea of toys, and that's good because it works for him. But for me, it's just sort of like as soon as
Yeah, it
I
made
got
me
to the
regret
point,
buying
like,
them
yeah, I'm
because
like, no, I
it's
can't
like,
do that.
man, I'm not even gonna unbox this.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it away. I'm gonna sell it.
yeah.
You know, but we talked about that early on your show, regretting. You know, it's always some regrets about what you buy. I think for everybody, like, I don't need that.
No,
like,
so, regrets is going 1/3, but I'm glad I did it because now I don't have it in the back of my head of you know. So the regret is fine as long as you learn from it. As long as you don't keep making the same mistakes. Make your mistakes, learn from them. We're all human.
I learned
like I
not
see,
to buy something like Alita because I don't even know the character like that.
yeah, like that's the thing. Like I bought some 1/3s. They're beautiful. It's not to take away from the piece. The pieces, they're not for me, and I'm okay with that. So now, when somebody be like, "Oh, you got to get that because it's like," is it 1/3? No, I already know it doesn't fit in my room right. I don't have the space for it. I don't have to force it, and it feels good to have that knowledge because, through like, when you don't know, that's what you get in trouble for because you want to know. When you know, and you made that mistake and you do it anyway, that's your fault. You know what I mean? You ain't learning from shit.
Yeah.
So I make my mistakes. I learn from it. I'm not saying like I shouldn't or it's a regret because I turned that for an opportunity for growth. Ew, that sounded like a fucking
a bar.
But you know what
But
I
I'm about to I'm about to get us up out of here, man. We hit on the hour mark. And
hey, good
I
talk,
appreciate y'all for joining.
Good talk.
And we talked about NRDs, video games, all that, man. You know, it's
I
fun.
might your vision. I
It's
really
fun.
love that piece.
It is fun. But I finished painting my office. I'm gonna be streaming from a new area in the next couple of weeks.
Ooh, snap.
So it's coming along, man. The room tour is getting more and more looking like it's gonna happen. So before the year is out. So man.
Oh yeah, because we passed your birthday. Your birthday was supposed to be the room tour date.
That's because I swore in my new position. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I got a graduation on Monday, so that's why I'm shaved like this, man. I can't stand shaving. Oh,
Happy graduation, my brother.
Yeah.
Look at you, looking like 21 forever.
This mustache, man. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna hold on to my Steve Harvey.
Your Steve Harvey.
Hey, as long as you don't shave it, just like Hitler.
Yeah.
Just a little mustache right in the middle.
Yeah, that's when somebody mess up they mustache. You know when they got the Hitler, they messed up. They be like,
It went a little too far.
yeah. So, man, I appreciate everybody.
Yo, rock your Hitler. Don't let that man take away a fantastic mustache.
Nah,
rock it.
Yeah, it's a shame one guy ruined a mustache for everybody.
Yeah, so
one guy ruined the look for everybody.
I'm telling you, you can't.
Good night, everyone.
But
all right,
I'm sorry for all of the people who got bored with the tech stuff, but don't get me going on that stuff because it's definitely.
Oh yeah, I love tech.
For all the people who want rooted hair in your figure, I hope it don't show up to your doorstep like this.
Sexy, easiest 1, 2, 3.
Just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul, baby, feeling oh so silky smooth. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow.
Ooh, that fool was full
Now,
of himself.
now, back in the day, if that was all full, that's a hell of a Jerry curl.
Yeah, but that's a wig on that man. That's stuck on that. That man got 2 pieces from the shop down the street
Don't
and
do
put
drugs,
some little
kids.
water on it. But anyway, y'all, peace out.
Yeah.
Later.
Peace.